Callum, a 3-0 defeat here at Chorley, and the game changed completely in the 10th minute, didn't it?
Yeah, but look, first and foremost, disappointed with the result. A game we felt we could build on a positive start last week and get up and running away from home. And I'm satisfied with what we put out there, given, like you say, what you mentioned, bar the 9 minutes. I don't think we can't undermine what we did so well pretty much for the entire first half, and even towards the end of the game do quite well. But to concede the goal the way we do and allow ourselves to concede the second goal 90 seconds later, and then the third goal is within 9 minutes of the first, is disappointing. But we'll have to move on really quickly, because I don't take loads from that. When you're forced to play the entire game, like I say, it's the 10th minute, it's the best part, and you put the added time on there, significant added time in both halves, and I think the decision, do you know what's disappointing? As a manager, you feel, I sat on a call with all the National League North and South managers before the season started. I was uncomfortable with some of the content. I thought it was shut up and get on with it, be very careful what you say. There was a manager from the National League South I thought spoke quite well around some of the challenges that presents, and quite rightly, the result will attract a level of attention because we set high standards here like that. Doesn't happen very often that we'll lose a game to that scoreline, and when it does, it gets a reaction, and at times an overreaction. But my team have been robbed of one of the 46 games this season, in my opinion. We'll now have a 45-game season, because I cannot believe in my time, my limited time in senior management, 5-6 seasons, that's the worst decision I've seen given, and that has been backed up on both sides. I feel for the punters, particularly our set, that have had the game taken away from them from that decision. It'll be defended, it'll be protected, it'll be a complete waste of time. We lose a game and lose the opportunity to play the game on an 11-11 basis today, and we also will lose a player, an important player for us, for 3 games from next Saturday. So I want to be really careful what I speak, dissect the decision, really uncomfortable with the refereeing performance, uncomfortable with something that was said to the bench from the referee as well, that needs to go in the referee's report, that if it was said the other way, we'd have had a member of staff sent off.
Those crazy 10 minutes after half time, did you feel that would come after the first goal went in? Do you feel they can gain momentum when they're at home here, as we saw last year?
A lot of respect for the opposition, and that's where it's important that you realise they've put the ball in our net 3 times, and we need to be disappointed with the manner of the goals, particularly the close proximity of goal 1 and goal 2, when it feels like we have almost waved the white flag. And I understand that late in the game of we're moving on and Tuesday's game becomes more important, but it's a tough place to come when you do it with 10 men. I just don't understand that you have to come to a place like Chorley and a place that physically compete and be robust, and it's a tackle, might be a foul, but no one in the ground's appealed for a red card. By the time the referee's finished blowing his whistle, the red card's out in his hand. We're talked a lot to by the referee's coaches, and we're asked to go down a certain route. So the feedback we get is, has the referee taken any time with his decision? No. Has he spoken to any of his colleagues? No. He's made a really rash decision that he didn't want to justify at half time, just kept saying the word serious foul play. And I'm disappointed. And the unfortunate bit is, as a manager, you come under scrutiny. Understand that as players come under scrutiny, the team come under scrutiny. But when I sat on the call with the National League, with the Football Association, I was uncomfortable with at times the demonisation of anyone that would want to ask questions. And I imagine, will I get a ban? Will I get a ban for this? Will I be dealt with for being really disappointed that I feel my team haven't been given the opportunity to acquit themselves as a result of a massive refereeing decision that has had an influence on the game? I can only control my team, and I'm not happy with 9 really important minutes, but I think the way in which the game's been taken away from us by a refereeing decision, and I'm just not comfortable with how that lies. I'm not comfortable that we can't talk about the standard of refereeing, we can't, certain language we're not allowed to use. I understand about being polite and respectful, but some of the things that are going on and the way managers and players, participants is the word that's used, when officiating is in question is dangerous, in my opinion, at the moment.
And all eyes on Tuesday now, back at home against Curzon.
Yeah, and the conversations with the players will be around, we can't do that in that 9-minute period, because the way we acquitted ourselves, and the supporters that stayed to clap the players off recognise there's a phenomenal effort on a very hot day early in the season when everything's up against you. You see the stuff in the week with the goalkeeper. I thought Andrew Wogan, what a tough situation to come into, that we had to sign an emergency goalkeeper for a 7-day period. We deal with the challenges, we meet them head on, we never hide from them, and then when you meet a challenge like that in the 10th minute and the decision like that. I just don't understand, and I'm beginning to lose a bit of faith of going and having the conversations and contacting the relevant referees bodies and the referees coach. I'm really, really disappointed, and I'm uncomfortable with the fact that I feel I can only speak in a certain way. There's things I want to say that get me in a lot of trouble. When it comes to today's game, we'll just move on, because you have to just write it off. Not because you've played poorly and you don't have the questions, or oh, we don't have to do that again for 80 minutes of normal time, 9 minutes of added time, or we don't have to play 10v11 against a strong outfit, a side that were in amongst the playoffs with us last season. So move on. We had a really positive start to the season last Saturday. Let's see how all of us, the manager, the players, the whole club, deal with a difficult afternoon, and whether we can keep the temperature where it needs to be for us to have a successful season. We'll see. Tuesday becomes very important.